Cheers.
Welcome aboard Falcor. I'm Leslie.
And I'm Steven.
We are a couple of adventure seekers from the mountains who traded it all in for a new life at sea. Together, we've mastered the art of tiny living in a camper, traveled to amazing places around the world, and now we've begun an endless saga of adventure and boat work aboard our 1981 CNC Landfall 38 Falcor. We invite you to tag along for the ride and support our journey by hitting the subscribe button and joining our Patreon community. Earlier this week, we found a decent weather window for some offshore sailing, so we left West Palm Beach, motored back towards Peanut Island, and raised our sails as we left the Lake Worth Inlet heading south once again. Other than light winds, conditions were ideal for our biggest voyage yet, as we ventured into the Atlantic Ocean to sail from West Palm Beach to the Florida Keys. There's not much footage from this adventure as we sailed through the night, taking 3 to 4 hour shifts of hand steering at the helm for a slow, mostly downwind voyage. Perhaps once we're able to upgrade to an autopilot, you'll get to enjoy more footage from long passages like this one. Hours and 116 miles later, exhausted and full of gratitude, we dropped anchor just offshore from Key Largo, Florida. Our first order of business was heading to land to meet the locals and replace a belt that broke 3 hours into the journey. We spent a few nights getting tossed around by the swell in a rocky anchorage before moving to the west side of the Keys, where we rode out a strong east wind in lower Matecumbe Key. With a good night's sleep in a calm anchorage, we were ready to explore our new backyard. We hopped in the dinghy for a short ride to a popular tourist attraction known as Robbie's. Our adventure started by going through what the locals refer to as the wheel ditch. This super narrow mangrove channel is only a couple of feet deep. We wouldn't be able to bring Falcor through here without running aground, which is one of many reasons we love zipping around in Patches, our family car. Robbie's is a popular spot, especially as a stopping point for people driving down to Key West. From the atmosphere to the souvenirs and of course the bar on the water. But the main reason I wanted to come here was the tarpon. During a spring break trip to the Keys with my college girlfriends, we stopped at Robbie's on our way to Key West, as most people do. We got to feed the tarpon from the dock, and I remember it being a really cool experience. Here's a terribly taken photo as some proof. But this week, our experience was much different. Not only are there now nets blocking you from really getting up close and personal with those tarpon, there weren't any fish in sight. We did get to see a few manatees and remind the fellow patrons not to feed them. There were dozens and dozens of pelicans, but no fish. So we enjoyed a couple of cold beverages and headed back through the wheel ditch towards our floating home, and of course, stopped for some more unexpected adventures along the way.
Tunnel. We found a tunnel. A canal. I don't know if we fit.
After a pretty rough couple of days battling exhaustion and rocky anchorages, we both really needed this adventure day. It felt really good to be exploring new places again, laughing with each other, and reminding ourselves why we're out here, to truly experience life and all that this magical world has to offer us. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Falcor Sailing. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share it with a friend, and hit the subscribe button to continue tagging along for the ride.